The three main things that make a difference to my clients in their communication skills and their delivery are these. Number one is to slow down. So pace, experiment with pace. Slow down. I say slow down because most people speak far too quickly. They're catching up with their thoughts. There's a lack of cognitive connection. So what we need to do is firstly, take a breath. So by taking a breath, firstly, you're giving yourself time to process what you're going to say, then to allow yourself enough breath to use. So by elongating that breath and using most of the breath as you're speaking as a long phrase, you're going to need to take a breath at some point, then it's slowing, by definition, slowing the sound down as you speak. If you're constantly taking short, really upper chest breaths like this, and everything's very fast, then that's what's going to happen. If you slow down by taking a breath and then using that breath as you're speaking and keeping the control, keeping the effort there, keeping the energy as you speak, everything will be slowed down. Also, enjoy the sound of your voice. Enjoy the vowel color, the color of the vowels, the characteristic, the personality of the vowels. Learn to love your voice. We all hate our voice. We all hate hearing it. But the reality, the truth is this. The truth is, I sound like a little bit, who's the chef? Gordon Ramsay. I'm doing this. Why do I do that? Stop doing that. So we're all aware of these little things. Distractions. Stop getting distracted. Focus on what we're talking about. The truth is, what we hear recorded or what we hear in the room isn't actually what other people hear. So there's another video I've talked about, but I can go into that in more detail. Just let me know in the comments if you'd like me to speak more about the actual sound that we hear when we're speaking. But moving on, a little exercise. Intoning. Pick a word, any word. And I'm going to pick a word. It's going to be walrus. There we are. So let's think about the vowels in walrus. We have two vowel sounds. Walrus. Now, depending on where you are in the world, the last vowel, the second vowel, is going to be a schwa. It's going to be a more feral, animalistic sound. Walrus. Us. Walrus. Now, by elongating the vowels in that word, your word could be word. Let me see if I can guess your word. Your word is going to be fantastic. So let's use your word. Fantastic. 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 Can you hear how more open tone, there's more quality to the sound as you speak? So by focusing on the vowels, you thereby, by definition, slow down what you're saying. Now, you don't want to be really slow all the time. There needs to be variety. Variety is the key. The slower and the more precise you speak, the more clarity you'll have, not only in the sound, but more clarity in the understanding of your message. And that's really important because people have to digest and process what you've just said. So the slower and more precise it is, the easier it is to digest the information. Number two is to breathe. And this is about pausing. Pausing is a very, very powerful tool. You can take a breath before you speak. Think about just before you're about to start your presentation or your meeting or your pitch or your conversation. Take a few seconds, a couple of seconds, just to really plan how you're going to deliver. Take a breath in between ideas. So don't forget that information, especially if you're in IT or you're talking about something that's very complex, then the listeners or your audience are likely to know a lot less than you do because you're the expert. So think about taking a breath in between ideas or topics or phrases and allow that information just to simmer and resonate for your audience to digest and process what you just said. That's really interesting to think about and for you to process as well. So that's a little pause in between two topics or two main concepts within the speech. The other thing is to anticipate a strategic pause. So a pause that is just before an important announcement or a message or a bit of data or statistic. So by speaking, let's say, did you realize that most people, in fact, 79% of people in America in 1993 suffered from public speaking anxiety. And actually, pause, it's the third biggest fear after death and snakes. So I'm just taking a little bit of a pause to anticipate the information, the data or the statistic that I'm going to use within that phrase. Number 3 is melody. We will have a melody when we speak. Now, the problem is that if your melody is the same, whether that's on the same pitch and you're speaking in one pitch all the way through and it's very monotone, that's going to get very boring. Or it could be that every time you speak, it goes down and it does the same thing. It descends in pitch like that. So every time that you're speaking, whatever the phrase is or the information that you're giving, it goes down in pitch. It could be that, or perhaps you go down and you go up. And every phrase or 2 words is an upspeak, or it's an inflection that you do all the time. It's an inflection that you do all the time. That happens a lot when I'm speaking. And if it's something that is repetitive, something either it's a monotone that's continuous, or it's a repetitive inflection or upspeak or descending line, or it's the same phrase or motif that happens all the time, then that needs to be mixed up. You need to mix it up. You need to vary it up a little bit. So explore the range of your vocals, the range of your voice. And we have, most of us, when we're speaking, use approximately 20% of our potential range that we speak in. So explore that range. Think about how you could use a much higher end of your chest voice. Our chest voice for men is where we speak. For women, it's in our head voice, but we could also go down into our chest voice. And there's also other voices as well, other what are called registers. So there's head voice, there's mixed voice, there's blend, there's the bridge, and there's loads of areas that we could explore just to kind of mix up a little bit if we wanted to. It's, I think that's really important that we do that and keep that varied delivery going, because that's going to be key. Because what happens is that our brains get bored after a while if it's on the same pitch or the same motif or the same phrase happening all the time. So to recap, slow down your pace, use pauses to create anticipation, and use variety of melody and pitch to keep your audience engaged. If you'd like to work with me one-to-one or with your team, do get in touch. Speak soon.